Charlie Slimesicle is my favorite member of the Dream SMP. I already loved his introduction in the last Las Nevadas episode, but his lore stream was just hilarious. Charlie is incredible at comedic acting. Oh, my name is V, this is Keeping Up with the Dream SMP, etc, etc. So, he wakes up in a hole in the ground in Las Nevadas. Quackity greets him and decides to teach him about gambling. Not for the purpose of him actually doing it, but to indoctrinate other people too. And this kind of backfires because Charlie accidentally develops a gambling addiction of his own, and then Quackity tells him a little bit about how gambling works. The house always wins. Now, for those of you who don't know, the house is a term used by gamblers to refer to the casino. So basically, the way that the gambling slot machine is set up, it is nearly impossible to make a steady profit off of it. Feels so clean, like a money-stealing machine. Now, Quackity hadn't planned on Charlie becoming addicted to gambling, but he ends up using it to manipulate him a little bit more. Now, the first person that is indoctrinated into this casino cult is Connor Eats Pants. Under Big Q's guidance, Charlie manages to convince Connor to use the slot machine until he runs out of diamonds. Once out of diamonds, Big Q offers him a loan for 1 diamond. And as interest, a payment of 5 diamonds would be due by the end of next week. Now, I don't know how much you all know about how loans work, but this is very much a scam. If anyone offers you a loan with a 500% interest rate, don't take it. Unless it's from me. After taking out a loan, Connor leaves and Quackity says that he's proud of Charlie. He gives him a diamond sword and a bed as a gift. But see, Charlie also took out a loan, so in order to help repay that, he agrees to work as a spy. Now, he was told to spy on Purple for like a day or two, so we'll see how that goes in a future stream maybe. Quackity and Charlie also say that they are best friends to each other, so make of that what you will. So, Quackity decides on joining Las Nevadas after all, which I can't say that I really expected. Quackity was extremely harsh during his invitation, and he also shows him the slot machine, which for some reason pops out Linda as well as the diamonds that he was supposed to get when he wins. Now, Linda is Tommy's shovel, which he lost while he was visiting and using the slot machine a couple days ago. Big Q pitches the idea of building a server highway to Foolish, to which he enthusiastically agrees. He also talks about wanting to turn Lamanberg into a tourist attraction, and also kind of cutting off Kanoko Kingdom from this highway that they want to make. He leaves for a moment to take a call from George, and then they both reminisce about the past a little bit. Honestly, it seems like Quackity and Foolish might become decent friends. Who knew that all you had to do to make friends was completely disrespect them and insult the most personal aspects of their life? And then we have the first Techno stream. It was his birthday. The Syndicate members all gather around and have some cake. Now, Techno was canonically on a trip, so he's not really caught up on what's been happening recently. Rambo and Phil break the news to Nikki and Techno. Wilbur has returned. They talk about the other people that Dream could potentially revive, like Schlatt, and the importance of preventing something like that. And then Quackity shows up to briefly chat with Techno. Now, remember, they weren't exactly on the best terms in the beginning, considering that Techno gave Quackity that scar on his eye, but then they worked together on the Red Banquet and all, so they're on slightly better terms. Slightly. Big Q lies to him and says that Dream is being treated very well in the prison, but Techno doesn't completely buy it. There isn't a whole lot of trust between them yet. Big Q brings up a note that Dream wrote, requesting Techno for a favor that he owes him. Now, we know that Dream was forced to write the note, but Techno doesn't, so he agrees to visit him in a few days. And then for a moment, Techno wonders if he can trust Dream, or if that really matters. Now, a little bit after this stream, Nikki has her own lore stream. Now, this isn't one of those streams that's very, action-packed. Most of this is just Nikki feeling a lot of emotion about Wilbur being back, but to summarize it, she is not very happy about it. She knows that Wilbur is going to start manipulating people again and start taking advantage of people, and that he really hasn't changed at all. He's just putting on a front. Now, they used to be pretty good friends, but she recognizes that their friendship didn't really mean anything. Something that she fully accepts now is that Wilbur can't be saved. And that pretty much covers that stream. Now the next day, Aunt Frost meets with Bad to talk about the egg. It seems like they finally started realizing the people that they were becoming under the influence of it. They apologize to Puffy, and while she is apprehensive about it, she accepts the apology. But based on that lore stream that she did a little while ago, does she actually trust them now, or is she just pretending? It's hard to tell for now. Is that the end of the egg arc? I feel like it was a little bit underwhelming overall. I honestly thought more would happen considering the amount of buildup there was for like months. And then there's the most recent Technoblade stream. Long story short, Dream gets a new roommate, and it's not Tommy this time. At this point, it's pretty obvious that Sam is a corrupt warden. He already kind of was, and then Quackity started to take advantage of it. So Techno visits the prison and gets trapped in the cell with Dream. Sam doesn't let him out on purpose, saying that Techno is basically a threat to the server, so he deserves to be there. Honestly, Techno is not that surprised at all. Actually, he has a surprisingly carefree attitude in the face of Dream's frustrated panic. He calmly asks Dream to write down every detail he knows about the prison, and then the stream ends. I can only imagine that those two are going to get up to some trouble. I can see that Twitter is already very excited about Dream's new roommate, and I think that pretty much covers the last 2 weeks of the Dream SMP. Yeah, that is pretty much all I have. Have a fantastic day, and bye.